Hello and welcome back to Shifting Tones, the podcast with nerdy tones and shifting topics. I'm your host this week, Steph, and I'm joined by my two lovely co-hosts, Sam.
Hi, this week I'm Sam.
And Dee.
Hello.
What's up, guys? How are you doing today?
Oh, pretty good.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful day outside, at least.
It's
It is
a beautiful
out.
day in the neighborhood.
Whoa, we don't have the rights to that.
Whoa, okay, sorry.
Copyright.
Hey up.
That's just immediately what it reminded me of.
That's fair. We'll let it slide this time.
Okay. Let's see.
Well,
I'm
how
gonna
about
start.
you?
I'm gonna start with just something that's been going on. That's been super fun.
Oh, Steph, small talk. Okay, hit us.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it has been a very busy weekend for me and my husband. We went
a little busy bee.
A little busy bee over here. We went swimming in a pool because we have a small little heat wave. The summer heat has finally kicked in, so we went
Of course.
swimming, which was super lovely, super nice.
Nice.
And then we have been doing some preparations for the up and coming Flag Day, which will already be done by the time that this podcast has episodes been released. But
yeah, what'd you guys think of the Flag Day party this year?
It was
I'm
great.
assuming it was great.
Lots of good food
I should
and
hope
good
so.
times.
You know what? We lose a couple guests. It is what it is, you know?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
But no, I have my outfit. I just need to put it together, so I'm excited for that.
Nice.
We got the food finally for it, so just need to prepare that. So I'm very excited for everything.
Woohoo.
Nice.
And yeah, I have a lot more work to do before the party and just before everything else. So that's pretty much
You're not even the one hosting.
I know.
I got so much work to do. I gotta still get things ready and clean up and just get things organized, ready to go for it. So we'll be ready in time. Don't worry.
I should hope so.
Oh yeah. I've got. I know we're supposed to stick to one thing. So I got two things. One little controversial corner, and then one of my little small talk thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
So my controversial corner 2026 is that I think it's dumb that we celebrate primarily only even numbered things or things that end in 5. So I guess things that end in 0 and 5 is our celebrations for things. So decades 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, or things that end in the 5, like the 25th, the 75th, whatever. I think we should just celebrate random numbers. It's America 250 this year, so everybody's excited for the 250th anniversary. What's so exciting about 250? Why not 257? That's exciting. We made 257 years. I'm just tired of it. I think instead of people celebrating their 50th birthday, you're probably more likely to die when you're in your 80s or 90s. So maybe we should be celebrating 43rd birthday or 48th birthday. Make it a little bit more, I don't know, exciting.
I feel like every year would have to be a special
Yeah.
year. Then
How
if
would
you
you
do
pick-
that logic.
Exactly.
Would you
Every
pick,
year is a special year.
Would you pick a different number? Instead of 5, it'd be 3 or 7?
Can be whatever you want it to be. I don't think 5 and 0s have to be special. What makes them special?
I don't know. They feel like milestones in a
Because they're
way.
divisible by a lot of numbers, I think.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Anyways, enough of that nonsense. The other thing was we had this big local news story about this dog that somebody dropped off behind a local business. This lady pulled up in a car, dropped the dog off, and then just drove away. And it was really sad because the dog was chasing after the car.
Aww.
And it was caught on a security camera. And so all the news stations were talking about it, and everybody was talking about it online and stuff in our area. And somebody found the dog, took it in, and then gave it to the local animal shelter to make sure it's okay and healthy and make sure everything's good with it. And it is good, and it's going to be going off to a correctional facility for training and stuff, like a prison dog system that they do. So that's fine and dandy. However, everybody online is oh my God, let me adopt this dog. When's this dog going to be up for adoption? I want to take it in. And there's hundreds, if not thousands of comments of people commenting on the animal shelters when's this dog going to be up for adoption? We want to take it in. We want to give it a good home. It was abandoned, blah, blah, blah. And the animal shelter has had to make multiple posts. We have tons of dogs that are abandoned all the time. The same, similar story, just maybe not caught on camera. And the only reason you guys want to adopt this dog is because it made headlines. It's it's so upsetting that hey, all of these other dogs, if all these people are able to adopt a dog and willing to adopt a dog, then go adopt one of the other dogs. But you want the one that was viral, you want the one that got attention so that maybe you can make money off it or something, or I don't know, just to feel good about yourself. But I just wish people would adopt the dogs that are there because they are also sad and need a home.
Way to bring
So,
down the mood.
so if you have a dog, give them some pets. Give them pets. They love pets.
Now I'm sad about the dog.
Go get a dog. Go get a dog, Steph.
No, I can't. It's not possible. I
You
like
said
my freedom too much.
I just
Oh,
find it
what?
funny
I
you
got
said
so
the
much
dog
freedom
is
with a dog.
going to a correctional facility, and my first thought was like, it's going to jail, like dog jail.
Prison dog.
And I was like, oh no. But then I'm like, oh no, that's not what that meant.
Yeah, he's got to serve 5 to 10, you know.
Yeah.
But you can't use those numbers, Sam.
Yeah.
Oh shoot, he's got to serve 7 to 13.
Is this you fighting back against the metric system?
No, I don't know.
He's
Just
going through
even
a
like
rebellious
0s and
phase.
5s.
Yeah,
but
you're
I think
going
it's more
against
like I
easily
said,
divisible numbers.
the 250. You know, everybody's like really excited about that. I'm like, I don't know, man. It's only 250. Like, it's not that exciting. I don't know. Call me when we get to 263, and then we'll talk. Okay. All right, that's all I got. D, hit us.
Oh yeah. I really haven't been doing too much. I recently decided to get back into arts and crafts and stuff, so I
Nice.
have officially rearranged my arts and crafts room.
Nice.
So things are a lot more accessible. And for some reason, I decided the first thing I was going to do is bedazzle this picture frame, and it's a lot of gluing and a lot of little gems. I'm like half, maybe like a third of the way through. So we'll see
Oh,
how
boy.
long this takes
Is
me.
it an empty frame or is there something in it already?
I'm doing just like the frame part of it, not like the inside. So I did take like the glass and the backing off of it. It's like one of those styles that has multiple little pictures in it.
Mm-hmm.
So there's like 4 of various sizes, and I decided I have all these gems that I don't even remember why I bought them, but they're just like flat back domes and they're like purple chrome. So
Okay.
just making it all blingy, and think I might try to turn them into like a ring holder, like make
Ooh.
to put all the rings and stuff, because I've also kind of gotten into jewelry within the last few months, more so rings. And I just have a lot just like sitting on my bathroom counter on top of my organizer for my earrings. So it definitely needs something. I've been doing that a lot.
Nice.
Um,
Did you get
yeah.
your room fully organized, your craft room, or not yet?
Not fully. I mean, things are where I want them to be, but I wish I could make it look a little nicer.
Mm-hmm.
So I was doing a little bit more today where I found like a bin that I could move from one place to the other to make it like more I don't know, less everything everywhere. And now I just have a few boxes of trash I need to take downstairs after today too, but it looks a little bit better. A lot more room on the floor for sure.
That's always nice, like clearing up
Yeah.
floor space.
Thank you. I feel very productive.
That's boring though. It's a weekend. Don't feel productive. Feel lazy until it's the last second, then dread going to work the next day.
I mean, I kind of was falling asleep on the couch before we hopped on, so I was chilling today. Like
That's
later
the spirit.
today. I did most of the organizing earlier.
Nice. And now I'm
Nice.
going to
Yeah.
organize this topic back and we're going to shift
Whoa.
over. I was like, I don't know how to transition this, but we're going to transition it anyway. Today, we're
Okay.
going to be talking about one of my favorite video games, Animal Crossing.
Ooh, nice.
So, for those of you who may not know and might be asking, what is Animal Crossing? I've never played that video game. It is a
Yeah.
beloved life simulation video game series developed by Nintendo. Players live in a village inhabited by anthropomorphic animals engaging in various activities like fishing, bug catching, and fossil hunting. It's a very fun game.
Believe
Have you guys ever played it before? That's my next question for my 2 lovely co-hosts here.
I have, yes. So I played the one that was on the GameCube, the original, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Back in the day, me and my siblings each had a little house on the island, so we would take turns playing. Played it a decent amount, and then as we got older, I stopped playing. But then during the pandemic, I did play the new one from the Switch.
Mm-hmm. New Horizons.
New Horizons. And then I think I played Pocket Camp for like 3 days, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
So I've played a bit of them.
Same question for you, Sam.
No. I didn't grow up with GameCube. I had a Nintendo 64, and then we jumped over to the PS2, so we kind of missed the GameCube era. So I never played Animal Crossing growing up, and then we got the Switch during COVID, and Larissa played the heck out of Animal Crossing, and has played the GameCube version quite a bit, but I've never played. I sat and watched her play it here and there, but I've never picked it up. I
But
like
the
cozy games. It's just
concept, right? Like just
yeah,
from
yeah.
watching your wife play.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. I get the concept of it. I like watching cozy gameplay. I get bored of it quickly. Like, I know this is gonna stab you in the chest, Steph. Like Minecraft. Like, I like Minecraft and I enjoy watching people play Minecraft, but I can only play Minecraft for like an hour, and then I'm like, all right, well, I mined and I crafted. That's it.
I grew up with Animal Crossing on the GameCube. It was my favorite. And when I think about just any video game out there, that's always a game that I go back to. That is like my childhood. That's the one I've probably spent the most hours on by far in life. And yeah, it's just such a easy game to get back into or just start new. It's so like cozy and fun. So Animal Crossing, the whole series has about 6 games total and 3 spin-offs. So I don't know if you guys knew that or not. It's a fun fact because we're talking about fun facts with this game. So things that if you are familiar with Animal Crossing, maybe these are some things that you may not know about it. But at least 2 of them, the Pocket Camp, like you mentioned, Dee, is a mobile app that they came out with. So they've actually re-released it twice. So the first one was like a free demo version, and then they stopped providing support to it, and then they released a paid version more recently.
Okay.
And it had way more items in it.
Oh, I bet. Yeah, I definitely played during the demo because it was like the initial release.
I paid for it and played the full one, and it was really fun. And then there's a Happy Home Designer, which is like a little DLC, but you pay for it, you know, and it's an add-on, so you get to design homes and stuff. It's really fun. We downloaded that. We paid for that and got that, and that was kind of fun. It goes on to New Horizons.
Okay. New Horizons is the most recent, correct?
Yes, that is the one for the Switch. But
do you know if they plan on doing a Switch 2 one?
Possibly, but as of right now, they just released a new update not that long ago. Like, I think 6-ish months ago, they released a new update for the New Horizons game. So people are like really surprised that they did that. So they're not sure if there's a new game coming because they just did that update. So they're not too sure. There's always speculation. If they want
to bring Tom Nook back from the dead or not.
Exactly.
Animal Crossing Tom Nook's Revenge.
Didn't know he was dead.
Another little fun fact is there is also a manga for Animal Crossing.
Oh. Is it like about all the different like villagers or is it?
Yeah, it's just kind of like a fun little small gags and it's just like a cute little manga.
Okay.
I have like 3 copies. I've got like 3 volumes of it because I actually found it in a bookstore and I was like shocked. I was like, there's manga for this? And there is, and it was just really cute.
Did you find it when you were in
really
Japan?
Cute art.
It wasn't in Japan, no. It's in English. It's translated.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, the art is cute. The story is it's just a fun little read. So I have it on my manga bookshelf. So maybe if next time you guys come over, you can come look at it.
No, I don't think so.
Oh, okay.
I might.
All right. So we're going to talk a little bit about the origin and development of Animal Crossing, this whole world. So Animal Crossing was first released in Japan in 2001. And Sam, you said you were a big Nintendo 64 guy growing up?
Yeah.
It was actually originally released in Japan for the Nintendo 64.
Oh, interesting. Now, did they ever port that over to American N64s, or was it just a Japan release?
It was later ported to the GameCube for international release.
Okay, so that makes sense on why I never played it, I guess, growing up. Because as a kid, it feels like something I probably would have touched at some point, but okay. Interesting.
Yep. And then the Animal Crossing, so that one that was on the 64, the Japanese title is Dobutsu no Mori, which translates to Animal Forest, but they decided when releasing it, they didn't want to just call it Animal Forest in English, so they just changed it to Animal Crossing instead.
Oh, wonder why. I always wonder why like they do things like that, because I mean, I think it would probably have sold the same if it was Animal Forest.
So the whole like popularity of Animal Crossing and the cultural impact, it's kind of wild because the game itself has sold over 31 million copies worldwide, which actually,
Wow.
and that's just for Animal Crossing New Horizons. And it makes it one of the best-selling games on the Nintendo Switch.
That's crazy.
And then it's also so popular because at the time when it was released and stuff, there were celebrities like Elijah Wood and Brie Larson that publicly shared their love for the game, which also helped boost its popularity.
I wonder why them two.
I don't know.
What an odd pairing.
It is,
Elijah Wood and...
but they I don't remember who it was exactly, but I don't remember if it was Elijah Wood at the time during like the COVID that opened up his own island and you could hang out with him, or if it's a different celebrity I'm thinking of. I don't quite remember, but there was a point where, yeah, they advertised it on like Twitter and said, yeah, here's my game code, and everyone went to their island and hung out with them and took pictures.
That's so good.
Yeah, it was kind of crazy.
Could you edit other people's islands? Could like you mess with it at all, or is it more just a visit?
No, it's like a visit. You hang out, you can chat, you can take pictures. There are a couple things that you can take, like if you need fruit from their island, you can shake a tree and grab a fruit, but you can't destroy anything on their island.
That's smart.
Yeah.
This isn't in like Minecraft. If you put somebody into your world, they have full reign over it.
Not
right?
like that.
Yeah.
You can give presents to friends if they come visit. So say if you're like, hey, here's some money, I'm gonna drop it on the ground for you, then you can pick it up.
Gotcha. Okay.
All right, so we're gonna do some. I've listed a whole bunch of different facts, right? Just for that, but we're gonna go more into the fun part of it, which I wrote down I didn't wrote down. I'm reading it, but I marked which ones I wanted to talk about that I found was super interesting. So, Animal Crossing was inspired by real life. It was created by Katsuya Eguchi, and the co-creator was Hisashi Nogami. But the main guy, Ugichi, was inspired by his own life experiences after having moved to work at Nintendo's headquarters in Kyoto at 21. He wanted to capture the feeling of moving to a new town knowing no one. As the game with a real-time clock that continues even when you aren't playing, that came from his struggle to enjoy playtime with his family. And since he worked late, enjoying playing games with his family, he wanted to create a game world where he could still share with them, even if it was different times of the day. And I think that's one of the biggest things of Animal Crossing is it syncs to your device time, and it like the world just continues on. I feel like
because don't you celebrate New Year's Eve in it, right?
Yeah, there's a few different holidays.
Different holidays, yes. And that was always fun as a kid where I'm like, oh, I get to play Animal Crossing on like, Thanksgiving Day, or if I was able to stay up late on Christmas, you get to like be visited by like they have special events going on. They do actually do the countdown to New Year's in the game. So if you're a loser and just want to play on Animal Crossing, you can play with your virtual like pets basically.
And they do get salty if you don't come hang out with them often enough, especially the original GameCube one. They would get real salty and sassy with you.
Yes. So the two that I love the most is definitely the oldest one. The GameCube one from 2001 is like by far my favorite because the villagers were just mean to you. And another fun fact about that is that they actually were way more mean in the English version than even the original Japanese. So that's the Japanese one was a lot nicer. Like the villagers would actually talk to you nicer, and that's kind of how it is, in New Horizons. But for whatever reason, the translators just were like, let's make it mean.
They were pretty mean sometimes. Like you could easily be offended by some of it as a kid anyway.
They low-key bully you a little bit in that original one. So Sam, since you never played that one, it's kind of crazy. I wonder if I can find real quick like examples of what some of the dialogue was, because it was so crazy. I know that for sure that they would count down the days. They're like, oh, you didn't log in for 347 days? Where were you? No. They like guilt you if you don't log in on the original.
That's crazy.
I found some.
Did you? Okay, go ahead and read it because I was too slow to look it up.
Hey, are you some kind of antisocial freak or something?
Wow. That's crazy.
You got more? Or was...
Yeah, I got more. Oh my gosh. whoa, you look so weird. And not weird in a hip way either. More like weird as in makes me want to barf.
Gee, this is just bullying.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh my
And this is
God, this
specifically the English ones, right?
These are the
yeah.
English ones only for back in
That's funny.
2001.
Yeah.
So mind you, like 2001, I was in first and second grade, and I'm reading this, and they're like bullying me as an elementary
What up,
kid.
Uggo?
Yeah. Literally, don't you have any decent clothes to change into? Something not so ... ugly?
That's crazy. Poor Steph, like crying in a corner in first grade because her villagers are bullying her. Oh,
It really is crazy, because. But it's also just something so nostalgic where it's like, yeah, they're mean. They have attitude. They've got personality. Like this dialogue here, it literally says, "Oh, you were looking for friends? That's so sad." Like,
oh man.
It's so funny.
so it's that game I love just because it feels so real. Like you're not going to have perfect people all the time that you live around or interact with. So it just felt like such a real game, and I love that. Speaking of at least the old game. Well, we were talking about basically what was it? We were talking about how it was like a clock. Like there's a real-time clock system in the game.
Right.
And it progresses, like things happen even if you're not there. That's why in the old one, they at least count. The new one, because I was playing New Horizons more recently, they do actually still count the days that you haven't logged in. So it really does make you feel guilty. I don't think that's what they were going for necessarily, but it definitely makes you feel that way. All right. So
I imagine.
So starting when we talked about like the translating and things, here's a little fun fact about that. So since there is a lot of time, just you're basically one of the biggest parts of the game is just you're talking to villagers and other like NPCs in there. And the original game, the GameCube one, had a lot of text. In fact, when Nintendo of America set about translating the game to English, it became its largest translation project to date. Thousands of lines of dialogue were translated. New text was added specifically for the American players, with new holidays and items that were created to make sense outside of Japan. So when they translated it and imported it outside of Japan, they added new like content to it because they were like, oh, this game's too Japanese. They're not going to understand. We need to dumb it down, or no, but we need to make it so Americans can kind of understand stuff too. But the entire process of adding all that content and translating everything took 6 months total.
It sounds like a lot of time, but like when you really think of it, like translating, it doesn't sound like it's that extensive actually. 6 months, it sounds like it went pretty quickly overall, right?
But at the end of the day, the Nintendo of Japan was so impressed by how well the game was received that after the American release, they did a new Japanese-only updated version, Dobutsu no Mori E+, where the American content was included. So they were inspired by the American game that they re-released the game and added the American stuff to the Japanese version.
Oh.
So
that's wild because it's their own game. They're like, oh, but we love how our own game turned out. We should re-release our own game and our own stuff.
I just love that fun fact because I just feel like you don't ever see that anymore. Games are so universal now and it's so global. But at this point, you know, things weren't on such like a global scale. They were really thinking about like localizing different games back in the early 2000s. So I just love that they were like, oh, this stuff was awesome. We need to re-release the game. But yeah, it's really fun because if you look up all the Animal Crossings, you can have the original one without the American stuff. You can have the American version, which is like the one I own, and then you can have the other Japanese. Like there are 2 different Japanese versions of the game, which is wild to me.
I looked up a little thing real quick. Here's my fun fact about Animal Crossing.
Okay.
Hope I don't step on your toes.
No,
Steph.
go.
You little piggies.
Oh my God.
So for Japanese, you said it was Dobutsu no Mori, which is Animal Forest, And then the second one is come to Animal Forest, and then let's go to the city, Animal Forest, then jump out Animal Forest, and gathering Animal Forest. They're just very straightforward with their naming conventions, as opposed to like New Horizons and New Leaf and Happy Home Designer and all those
Yeah,
stuff.
the English like flares it up a little more, and they're a little more like direct.
Yeah. That's my fun fact. That's all I got.
Nice.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for listening.
Oh my goodness. So I know I have a lot. There's a lot of like stuff about the older games, so that's kind of why I'm talking about it a little more than just New Horizons. But I have a couple things that tie into New Horizons, the newest one. But we're gonna talk about the old one yet again. So I don't know, Dee, if you ever played this or remember it on there. Do you remember the NES games?
Yes. So I remember when my brother and I finally, when you pay off all your house and you upgrade everything, and then the last thing is you get a giant gold statue of yourself. We were so excited that we ended up like someone told us, oh, there's cheats in Animal Crossing, right? And we're like,
Uh-oh.
cheats? And there's a way that you can like order specific like furniture items, I think through the mail or something. It's been so long.
Yep.
I had already found one of the NES games, which is the dirt bike one. And then we did the other one for my brother or us. I can't remember. So we did have a few of them, and Excite Bike. I would always play Excite Bike.
Oh, Excite Bike, yeah.
When I would go into Animal Crossing, I would play Excite Bike.
So
wait, so these are games you could play in the game?
Yes.
Yeah, it was a little NES console with
That's so
you
fun.
put in your house.
It's crazy because you know how like Nintendo right now, what is their stance on emulators? Sam, lay it out to the listeners.
Their stance is no, not today.
Basically, exactly. But back when Animal Crossing or Dobutsu no Mori was first released, it was built in the game to have NES games play inside of Animal Crossing. So they had an emulator of their own games within another game.
I guess that's fair though, as opposed to like a secondary market emulating stuff or like creating it outside of it. So they're like, well, if we do it, it's fine.
But it's not just like one game. There are multiple NES games in this game.
Right.
And in like you can decorate your house when you have a house, you pay it off, but you can gather furniture. Like Dee said, you could download it if you had a secret code to do so. Bad player. I'm just kidding.
I had already won everything, and honestly,
kidding.
I made one room in my house. You could also like get secret or I guess fancy furniture. I got like all Mario themed stuff, like a giant pipe and a little block you could run over, and you jump and you hit it and make the little Mario ding noise.
I'm just messing. But yeah, so you can decorate your house and you can get specialty items that aren't available all the time, and it looks like an actual NES, and you can put it on the floor of your house or on a table, and if your character stands in front of it, it just opens up a game that is pretty much just NES. But you play it on like the GameCube controller basically instead of, the original. But they have a couple things, and this is my fun fact and why we're talking about it, is that they have some unused NES games within the code of Animal Crossing. Ooh. So there are full playable games in there, of course. But there are a few that players don't get to access under normal means. But like I said, you can still see it if you take a closer look at the game's like code. So Ice Climber was made available to Japanese players who use Nintendo service to transfer their data from the N64 to the GameCube version. It was available in North America along with Mario Brothers, but that was only through the Game Boy Advance e-reader cards. The Super Mario Brothers was only available to Japanese players as a sweepstakes prize in a magazine. And finally, The Legend of Zelda is in the game's code, but it was never made available to players anywhere for whatever reason.
That's funny. They put it on your like other like heavy like game in there, like Excite Bike. Like there's not much to it.
Yeah.
But Legend of Zelda, that's a pretty dense game.
Yeah, but it's in the game file. Like it's there. You just have no way to access it or play it.
They were going to, but
I know. I saw that one. I'm like, that's crazy that it's just like, yeah, here it is, like, okay. All right.
I know like developers do that sometimes. Like they hide stuff, like sometimes Easter eggs, but more or less like, hey, we put this in the game code and then just never released it. And then I guess if you really want to dig through the code and find it, you probably could play it on there, but that'd be a lot of work, obviously.
All right, I've got a question for both of you.
Okay.
Okay. You're going to take your wildest guess. Who is the first villager in Animal Crossing?
Like ever?
Who was the first one created for Animal Crossing?
Okay, I only know a few characters, so I'll let Dee guess first.
Oh my gosh. I forget his name, but it's the dog with the guitar.
KK Slider.
KK Slider.
Oh, Sam knew that one.
That's one of the like
That's who-
characters I know.
That's who I'm going with.
I'm gonna go with. Okay, so I only know KK Slider, Tom Nook, and Isabelle, primarily because of Smash. I'll go Isabelle.
Okay. So, let's see. I'm trying to see. Out of the 416 villagers.
Wow.
You said which one, Sam?
I said Isabelle.
Okay, and Dee, you said?
KK Slider.
The first villager is Bob.
Bob. Oh, who could forget Bob?
He is a purple cat.
I was about to say, let me look up Bob.
Bob, yep.
Is he well known?
He is well known.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
He is well known. If you know Animal Crossing, he's a well-known villager. The cats are always probably the most popular ones. But it is Bob's simplicity that made people speculate that he was the first villager to begin with. And then on top of being present since the original game, he has a simple name and design. His birthday is January 1st, and he's the first villager in the e-cards and amiibo cards. But this was actually confirmed. Like, it was all speculation from fans and people just, with the games. They're like trying to figure it out. But the co-creator actually confirmed this in 2020 that it is Bob.
Oh,
interesting.
That's fun.
But yeah, I don't know if you knew that, Sam, that there's 416 villagers.
I didn't know anything about this game, so every fact that you've thrown at me has been a surprise.
Every information is new. Love that.
Every information
is new.
Get that on a hat. Just go to our Patreon. Subscribe.
All right. I've got one last fun fact for the listeners and for you, my lovely co-hosts. All right. I've been talking a lot about the old game. I know, but we're going to talk a little more about New Horizons. This is a big fun fact with this one that I was kind of surprised with. Okay. So, New Horizons, it was a crazy, crazy success when it first came out. But some people might not realize how rocky things were leading up to this release. Nintendo fans were released with like a 1-2 punch of hype. So you kind of brought this up, Sam, talking about Smash Bros, right? And you said, I only know these characters from Smash Bros. Right. Because there was that announcement trailer for Isabelle. And that was in 2018. And so people were kind of speculating like, oh, there might be a new game with the release, like because they're adding these characters into Smash. It's like a new thing. Everyone was getting like really hyped for it. Right. But then it was followed by an announcement. The actual announcement of a new game was coming in 2019. So then people were super hyped for it. But then for whatever reason, the game had to be delayed till March of 2020. And
COVID game.
Huh?
And then I
said COVID game.
Became a staple of every quarantine household.
But this was before. So, but basically the noble reason for avoiding crunch, but yeah, it came with consequences. It was such a big title. You know how much, okay, this is the crazy part. Because it was so big, the game series and everything for Nintendo, and because of the delay, it caused Nintendo's stock to drop 3.5%, amounting to around $1 billion.
Oh, holy crap.
So because they had to, like they said, oh, in 2019, this game's going to come out. But because they had to release the delay, they literally dropped stocks 3.5%, $1 billion. Like, I had no idea it was that crazy.
That is. Yeah. I mean, that seems like you hear things like, okay, maybe the Switch isn't coming out or the Switch 2 got delayed. Not just a single game.
The single game. But remember, this is now Nintendo Switch's biggest selling game, and still to this date is New Horizons. But basically, too, the world was entering the early stages of the global pandemic right when the game was released. And the co-creator expressed how he was disheartened by world events and how unfortunate it was that the game's launch coincided with them. But he hoped that it could be like an escape for players, which turned out to be true. And I really do believe that even though they lost, $1 billion initially, I think they definitely made it up because the game was that released, or that escape, kind of like what the co-creator said, because it was such an escapism from world events. You could have a stable little life that you build in Animal Crossing as the world around you kind of was falling apart during the pandemic. Yeah. You could have a stable life and like home environment there where you were in control while everything around the world was falling out of control. So I think it really blew up, and I think it personally, like, I played it during the pandemic, and it was so nice to have a routine just being home, and you're like, okay, I have to do this. It was something to focus on, and it was perfect for COVID time. So I think it kind of, in a way, worked out for Nintendo. Not like how they had hoped initially, but,
I remember thinking that it came out at, like, the perfect time. Not that they could even possibly, like, guess that could happen, but...
Oh, what are you trying to say, Dee? Do you think Nintendo started?
No, I was just saying, like, I don't think we planned on getting a Switch until literally the pandemic hit, and we're like, oh, we're going to be quarantined, and we don't really know how long this is going to last, so we ended up getting a Switch, and we ended up playing Animal Crossing on it for a long time. So it was nice to have a little thing, and I did visit some people's islands and stuff like that.
So it was fun. It was the first Animal Crossing game to ever introduce that you can go to another person's island, like, through just the internet instead of being physically in person. Because on the GameCube one, you can just trade memory cards and visit your friends' islands that way. But this was actually, like, multiple people could play at one time together, and you can chat, and it was, I think, perfect for COVID because, I met up with a bunch of friends. I know, Dee, I'm pretty sure I visited you on your island at one point, too, back then.
Yeah. That's who I was thinking of, your island,
Just like Dee, when COVID hit and we were, like, looking for a Switch, we could not find a Switch anywhere. And then we had heard, like, there was one for sale at this GameStop, like, 2 cities away, and we ended up picking it up, I think, and that's how we got it. But, and then, Larissa that's what she did, Animal Crossing, and that was her escape, from the crumbling world.
Exactly. It was a perfect game that came out, even if initially they didn't think it was going to be a good release. I think in the end it worked out really well for them. All right. Well, that's all I have for today, and those are some fun facts about my favorite video game, Animal Crossing, or Animal Forest if you want to be literal. Now, Sam, after talking about all this, do you have any interest in playing this game, or you're just kind of like, whatever?
I might. While we were talking about it, it sounds interesting. It sounds cozy. But then I started thinking about nut roll. Have you guys had nut roll before? That stuff's delicious. And that, I don't know, my brain just went, I was just thinking about nut roll. Like, we get at, like, Christmas time, like a poppy seed roll. I don't know. I was just thinking about that. That sounds yummy. It has nothing to do with Animal Crossing, but I just thought it sounded good.
I was like, so glad you were interested in
paying
this topic.
So much attention.
Oh, I am 100%. But at some point in the conversation, my brain was like, dude, a nut roll sounds so
Someone's
good right
hungry. That's what I'm hearing.
I'm a little hungry baby.
Oh my god.
Oh wait, what is the words, Steph? Oh, eepy. I'm an eepy little doggo, Steph.
I hate it. Ugh. Whatever.
But yeah, I'll probably give it a try at some point, especially if they release another one for the Switch 2. I'll probably get the Switch 2 at some point and play it on there. So
fair point. Yeah. All right. Well, that is all that I have for you guys. So we're going to end it here. Thank you guys so much for listening. Thank you guys so much for joining me in my nerdy topic for this week. And we will be back with, let's see, next week we will have Dee hosting, so she will have her own very special episode for you guys next week. You can follow Shifting Tones at Shifting Tones Pod. I believe we said Reddit, YouTube, and... or is that it? Instagram. Thank you. You can follow us individually, me at Spiffy Steffi, Sam at Sir Captain Sam, and Dee, are you the same or have you updated yours? I know you possibly talked about it.
Still pondering.
So DJ, Liz.
Nope.
No.
DLiz13 creates.
Okay, D-Liz.
Hence why I wanted to find a new
She gave
name.
up her DJing career long ago.
If you have recommendations, listeners and you guys, I'm up for them.
Oh, wait,
Okay.
hold on. Patreon potential, you know,
Oh my
like
God.
somebody.
God.
Name her
Yeah,
handle.
contest. Yeah,
Create my username. No, oh my gosh.
that's so good.
All
Pinky
right.
Poo Poo Pants
It
94.
would be too much. I was
Ew.
just about to say it would be too much power
Ew.
in someone's
All right.
hands.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.